Today I have invited a very special guest, and he's also my PhD supervisor, and feel so lucky that I have got him as my supervisor. So he's Professor Josep Vehi, and he's a professor of biomedical and electrical engineering at the University of Girona, and he's a member of IFAC Technical Committee on Modeling and Control of Biomedical Systems. He is currently leading the team of the University of Girona within Spanish Artificial Pancreas and Diabetes Technology Consortium, and the research lab has got competitive research projects under his leadership. Today we are going to ask him some important questions regarding PhD studies in Spain and what is the research system in Spain, how things are working in Spain regarding research projects or PhD studies and funding and all these things. So I think today's video will be very informative, so you are requested to watch the full video in order to understand the research system in Spain, because we have a very experienced and honored professor with us. So respected professor, first of all, I would like to ask you about the research system in Spain.
Okay, thank you very much. First is thank you for the invitation. I'm happy to share anything you need with people that is interested to come here. First, I would say that the system in Spain, the research system, the university and research system in Spain there are about 100 universities. 70 of them are public universities, and there are other private universities. I think the best universities in general are public universities. You can look at many rankings, and there are not good rankings in Spain. Even there are very bad rankings. What I would say is that the best universities in Spain, and also research centers in Catalonia and Madrid. So Catalonia and Madrid account for 80% of the research in Spain. Besides this public university, there are also research center. In Catalonia there is a network of research centers which is called Network of Research Centers of Catalonia.
Okay.
And this research center has a level of quality. All these centers are very good centers, and we are working with several of these centers in Catalonia. In general in Spain there are also other research centers that has a level given by the Spanish ministry, a level of excellence. There are excellent centers that are called Severo Ochoa centers, and also research units that are called Maria de Maezco units. There is a list of these centers. Most of the centers even are also in Catalonia and Madrid. But all over Spain there are these kind of centers, depending on the discipline and the subject. When you look at the universities and research centers in Spain, you have to look not only to the universities but also the department and the research group, because I think that in Spain, so of course there are universities that are among the 10 best universities, typically most of them in Catalonia and Madrid, also some in Valencia and other places. But you have to look at the research groups, because there are no very big difference between the universities. There are difference in size, but not in quality. So if you look at a research group or research unit. My first recommendation to a student that wants to come here for a PhD is just to take a look at the Spanish universities, research centers and so on, and try to identify what fits better. And within the university, not to go directly to the link of the university, but also to the link of the research groups, or the research professors. This is a very schematic view of the Spanish system, that I would say this 70 public university, many research centers, a number of research centers that are very competitive internationally, among the best research centers in the world.
So the next question that I would like to ask, that what are the different types of PhD scholarships in Spain? Like, is there any classification of PhD scholarships in Spain?
The first thing I have to say is that most PhD programs are designed for 3 years, but others 4 years. And there are also scholarships, 4-year scholarships and 3-year scholarships. In a Spanish level, there are two typical scholarships. One is Formación de Profesorado Universitario, FPU, and the other one is FPI, Formación Personal Investigador, for teaching and research. And there is a call, usually October, November. These two types of PhD are open to foreign people. You know that Spain is organized in a region, and usually each region has also a scholarship. In Catalonia we have another scholarship, it's called FI, which means researchers. No, let me say 2 Spanish scholarships are for 4 years. The scholarships by the government of Catalonia is for 3 years. Other regions have 8 programs, and most of these programs are 3 years. And there, another source of scholarships is the university itself. No, the university, most universities has also calls for PhD students. No, usually also 3 years. So there is a number of opportunities, no, for PhD scholarships. Another one, or the last one, the most challenging one, is the scholarships provided by the European Union within the Marie Curie program. But you know the Marie Curie program has research and training networks, no? So you have to look at these networks, and then there used to be opportunities for PhD, but only few positions. All these scholarships assess not only the candidate but also the research group.
Okay, but the aggregate is also dependent on the research group and its reputation and its profile.
Yes, so for instance, in Catalonia there is a classification of the groups, so you have to apply every 3-4 years, depending 3-4 years. So you have to apply for a recognition from the government of Catalonia as a consolidated group and research quality group. No, okay. We have this level. No, okay. And this is one of the things that they look at. You need, the professor where you are going to be, or the lab where you are going to be integrated has to have research projects, has to be running research projects, because it is supposed that if there are not research projects, you have not money, you have not resources, no, to do your research.
Okay, when I was applying for this scholarship, I don't remember, but the formula was given in the documents that how the aggregate out of 10 is calculated. All these things were included with some weightages, but it was some sort of complicated formula to find your final grade.
Because your scholarship was...
it was FI.
FI, yeah.
From Catalonia.
So, because sometimes, for instance, in these grants from the Generalitat of Catalonia, for the government of Catalonia, they allow the university to include also criteria regarding the policy of the university. No, the university can implement their policy. No, so we have new areas, we have new research areas. So I want to put more PhD students in this area. And this area.
So university can also.
Within some limits, so they can decide, okay, now I want to go to the biomedical engineering, or like to move to materials or something. So this used to lead to complicated formulas sometimes. That is very difficult to calculate even these formulas, because it's based in the achievement of the group, the research group, and also other things. No?
Yeah, their publication.
Or for instance, the university can decide, okay, if this research group has a lot of PhD students, so I will penalize this group, no, because I want to distribute the scholarships among the other research groups and this kind of things. So these lead to formulas that sometimes it makes unpredictable. You know? So okay, what are your chances to get these scholarships? I don't know, between 60 and 70%. No. But sometimes you have surprises. Yeah. Anyway, the most important thing is the candidate. This is a message. So you have to have good marks, achievement, and so on. No?
Okay, you have to have a good profile.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next question I would like to ask that how can we find the PhD scholarships? Are there any official platforms where these positions are advertised?
Unfortunately, the right answer is there is no place. No, I think you know that there is no place. Yeah. No, because each of the scholarships has his own announcements, but even these known scholarships has not an official website where you can look at everything and so on. Just when a call is launched, no, so there is a link, usually in Spanish, no, sometimes in English, sometimes there is a part in English, another part in Spanish or in Catalan and so on, no, and it's not so easy. Just this morning I was trying to get the link for the FPU scholarships, and the website of the ministry has changed, no, it's another website, and it's not so easy to get it, no, and when you get it is the call, the last year call, no, and it's not so easy. Most universities, even our university, there are some places to search for scholarships. Not for scholarships. I think actually for any kind of grant. They used to be in Catalan or in Spanish, not in English. And you have only the open calls, no? And probably when you got an open call, there is just 1 week to to do everything, all the paperwork, and to contact one professor. One can move, surf in many web pages, no, but at the end you have to contact professor.
Many students contact me and they ask me that we have got a reply from a Spanish professor and he's willing to supervise me, but he's telling me that I have no funding for you. So if you can arrange the funding from somewhere else. I frequently get these messages from the students because everyone is trying to find some PhD scholarship and they are struggling. So how a student can deal with this situation?
I don't like this answer from the professors. Another possibility for a scholarship is that I have a project and I can hire you for a project. It's a bit difficult, but because as you are not a Spaniard, so all the visa and work permit is complicated. There is always the possibility to apply for a scholarship. So if a professor says that I have no money, let me say, it's not actually true, or it's not consistent with the truth, no? Because there are calls. Maybe the call is in 3 months, 6 months, but there are calls, you can apply. I think the professor honestly has to first to tell you, okay, with your profile, with your marks, you have no chance to get a scholarship. It can happen. Let's say assessment, no, or pre-assessment, no, is that is very difficult to you to get a grant, no. If you are a very or excellent student and you cannot get a scholarship, maybe it's because the professor is not so good, no. This is another possibility, no. The other thing is that you have not interested the professor in you, because what is the best way to address to a professor to get a scholarship? I think you have to demonstrate that you know the work in the lab. You have to say something that attracts the professor. So, okay, this guy is really interested, has read some papers, some of my papers, no. I know that in undergraduate studies you are not doing research or few research, no, but I've been working in some things and tal, no. So you have to demonstrate the professor that you are really interested in the research of this professor, this specific professor. So I can say, looking at your question, this is the reverse question, no? I am getting many emails, so distinguished professor, I'm very interested in working on aerospace systems with you. So, okay, I'm not working on that, no? So there are people that are doing this kind of thing, no? Just sending spam messages. So you have to invest in looking at the right place.
They have one email and sending to hundreds of professors the same email.
I think if you want to get a scholarship, probably you have to send several or dozens of messages, but each message should be specific. And I think that you have to add a motivation letter. The professor just reading this in 2 minutes, reading this letter, so okay, this guy has spent time reading or understanding my research, no, reading some papers, is really interested in coming here. The most important thing, just first to look at the, let's say, 2, 10, 20 places to go, no? You can write a priority list, no? Invest some time in sending a personalized letter. Personalized doesn't mean, there Professor Vehi, no. Yes, you have to demonstrate that you have looked at the research. I think this is the first thing that attracts the attention of professors, no? Because okay, so this guy actually wants to go here. Sometimes what happens is the reverse thing, no? So I know there is a scholarship. I got a scholarship for this project because some project I can get money for one project and also additionally one scholarship, for instance, this FPI scholarship. And I have no candidate. The problem is that when I get notice that I have a scholarship, so I have short time to get a candidate and so on. I think that at the end you have to first find a lab or a professor, and then you will have the opportunity to apply for even 2 or 3 scholarships. Usually starting in September, the first one or the second one depends on in September, October, no, and the last one in January.
So the last question, which is also very important for me, that what are different career opportunities after completing your PhD? What are different directions when you become a doctor? What you can pursue after that?
So it depends on what do you want to do. So, for instance, typically there is people that wants to have an academic career. Academic career is possible. Academic career is hard. It's a tough way, no? Very competition and so on, no? but there is a possibility to get postdoc scholarships. No, so the typical thing that anyone that wants to pursue an academic career is to do a postdoc. In Europe, there are a lot of opportunities in engineering, also in control engineering, in electrical engineering, in biomedical engineering. Do something on data science and so on. There is a lot of positions.
Okay.
There are a lot of positions. Actually, there is a need of around 100,000 engineers in Europe, at least. This doctoral level is appreciated in many places. This is the other opportunity, just to go to work in a company. Companies in Europe now, I am getting every week. I am getting proposals of companies here. When I mean here is in Catalonia, mainly in the Barcelona area. No, but we are in Barcelona area. We are just 1 hour from Barcelona. There are a lot of opportunities in companies in Barcelona, and there are a lot of opportunities all over Europe. So actually, we have a problem when we look for postdoc students, because, for instance, the Spanish government, all the governments has also grants for postdocs. No, many times what happens is that there is someone which is interested in doing a postdoc here, but while he applies to a postdoc, he got the postdoc, but then when he goes to postdoc, he has also found a position in other places or in other companies, getting much more money. No, so you know that academic career is not having much money. No, but there are many opportunities. I know the cases of many PhD students after the PhD had a postdoc for a couple of years in somewhere in Europe or even in Spain, and then go to company. And most of these people is going to companies in a very good position. Having a small team, but with a good position.
And for non-European students like me and from Pakistan or Bangladesh or Afghanistan, in these Asian countries, will there be a problem of language? Because if you don't know Spanish or Catalan, or there are different languages in different European countries. So I think for postdoc it's not a problem, because it's everything, the research work is in mostly in English. But if you are working in company, I think you should know these languages.
Most of the companies has international teams. For instance, I remember here in Barcelona, or close to Barcelona, close to Girona, there are Roche has some research units. They are working closely with people in Minnesota.
Okay.
In the US. No? The problem is the time. When they have to connect during the afternoon in Spain, during the morning there, no, and these kind of things, no. But they are working in English. There are a lot of opportunities for postdoc. We will launch a postdoc position just the September 1st.
Okay.
Because once you have a project that needs a postdoc student just to run this project, no, and to co-supervise a couple of PhD students sometimes.
Okay, so this is a breaking news. If someone is interested with a very excellent profile.
No. Yeah, the problem of postdoc coming directly from Pakistan or from anywhere, so is the problem. So the paperwork, no. So the work permit, getting the work permit, and this kind of thing. Exactly. That if you have the PhD here, so you have applied for a postdoc, so you have a postdoc even in Spain or in any other place in Europe, then as you are moving in Europe, so everything is easier, no?
Yeah, exactly.
If you can come, if you want to come directly from Pakistan or from India, also, so it's not so easy. Just let me say that here people from Pakistan is very welcome, because people in Catalonia is the place in Spain there where are more people from Pakistan, more than 50,000.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
This is no. I mean that because I think it's important that when you are going to some place, no. So how the people see you, no? Because. Okay. The
last thing that I would like to ask you, that message for the struggling students who are looking for PhD positions abroad, maybe in Europe, Spain, specifically Spain or in other countries. What is your final message to the struggling students?
If you want to come here, Girona, Spain or Europe, so you have to just apply, because there are positions. There are very good labs. There are very good professors. If one professor don't reply you, just forget on the professor. No, so look at the. So first, sorry. One thing that I forgot to say, that you have to first self-assess yourself. So look, I'm deserving you a PhD scholarship. So what are my opportunities, no, in terms of having a good profile, no? But if your profile is good enough, so just apply, contact directly to the professor, and you will get.
I am very much thankful that you have given your precious time, and this is weekend, and you have given your precious time to share this useful information with all the students from all around the world, as I am from Pakistan. So I am very much thankful to you, and on behalf of all Pakistanis.
It was my pleasure. So, and I think that for next video, I have to learn some words in Urdu. As in September you will be fourth of you from Pakistan.
Yeah.
So I think I have to start learning some words just to say hi to the people.
Yeah. Okay. So we will meet you in next video, and bye bye.
Bye bye.